The person that takes that straight line is trying to use their body to generate speed. This slow-mo capture was filmed by Brent Roses. It's received close to 2 million views. The way up isn't a straight line. It's also that semicircle up. That is going to be the most energy efficient way to generate speed and to travel. In this video, we're going to be discussing the cause and effect of pop-ups. In particularly, it's got to do with pattern recognition, because when you surf, if you take the right line, it makes the difference between a good and bad wave. So what we're going to do is we're going to compare the different lines that good surfers take with people learning how to surf. Now, to understand that, you need to watch a beginner catch a wave. Generally, when they start learning how to surf, they catch foamies and they ride from point A to point B in a straight line to the beach, being pushed by the foam. The point of difference comes in when they start going towards a green-faced wave. The difference is that the bottom isn't flat anymore. It's a curved surface. So a wave is actually a spiral energy that is traveling, being propagated through water. There are 3 lines that most surfers take when they surf, and these are the 3 lines that are pointed out here. So a lot of surfers, when they start getting into surf, they paddle really hard, and because they were used to going straight, they want to catch the wave, get to their feet, make the drop, but they end up going really straight, and they tend to take this first line over here, which is a quick drop, and then when at the bottom of the wave, they tend to get stuck at the bottom of the wave. So here's the surfer, not looking where they're going, overthinking about catching the wave, the drop, and then here's them getting stuck at the bottom of the wave. Here's line number 2, where the surfer, after getting stuck at the bottom of the wave, thinks that they could generate speed to make the wave. So here's the video of the surfer. As he paddles in, he doesn't even take time to do a bottom turn. They do a mid-face turn, only tapping to half the speed, half the power, and they make a beeline for the shoulder as fast as they can, because they've been told that speed is the solution to all their problems. So although speed is part of the solution, you can get speed 2 ways. You could ride a bicycle downhill and freewheel and get speed, or you could pedal the bicycle and get speed. The person that takes that straight line is trying to use their body to generate speed. Now, if we have a look at the pros when they surf, they take this curvature, the curved line. That curved line is the fastest possible way that you could travel down a curve. It's the most energy efficient, and it gives you the most acceleration. So here's a video of these balls that are all rolled down at the same time, and if I play the video for you, you'll notice the green one's got the fastest acceleration, the blue one wins, and the white is the slowest. So on the videos with the cycloid gives you the quickest acceleration. Now the cycloid over here in this video is simply a quarter rotation of a wheel or a circle. So we understand that a wheel is the most economical way for something to travel. Otherwise we'd be traveling using squares or rectangles or triangles. So we know that a wheel is the most energy efficient. So when we surf a wave is like a circle that's spiraling towards the beach. And if we ride down in a quarter circle and then we ride up in the half circle, that is going to be the most energy efficient way to generate speed and to travel. The straight line, our board has rocker, it's going to slow down, and there's no acceleration and there's no speed. If anything, there's just a whole lot of drag on the bottom of the board, which makes you go slower. And then the problem with the vertical drop and then the flat part is that when beginners paddle into a wave and the board doesn't fit, they feel like they don't have enough time to get to their feet. And it's true, because over here the wave's breaking so fast, so they often end up nose diving, and then because they've picked the wrong line, they think that they need to paddle in faster, they need to get more volume, they need to make their pop-up more explosive, when in actual fact, they just got to take the time to pick a better line on the wave where the surfboard fits into the curve of the wave. If they pick the better line, the wave can give them the acceleration and speed that they're hunting for, rather than them having to generate it using their body. And then when you pick the right line, you're going to find that you've got more time to get to your feet, to get comfortable, and to start surfing the wave well. Okay, so we're talking about the 3 curves. Now, what happens is that when, let's call it beginner, low, intermediate, start catching green waves, they just put their head down and they just paddle. They don't even look at the waves, which causes some problems. They tend to go straight, and then that is the quickest potential drop in the wave, and they don't have a lot of time to get to their feet. The intermediate surfers, what they do, they want to paddle and they want to pump and go across that way. The problem with that line is that water isn't traveling in that direction on its own, okay? So they're going against the flow of water. What Parker does is he takes that cycloid and he follows the curve of the wave, because water is spiraling. So if you watch what he does, if you look at that line that Parker took on that wave, there's the cycloid line over there. If that line there that Parker took is the most energy efficient way down, the way up isn't a straight line. It's also that semicircle up. And then what happens is he just repeats that pattern. So what he's doing now is that if we go backwards and we have a look at his takeoff again, okay, what he's doing is he's looking for that line into the wave where he can put his board on rail, where the curve of the board matches the curve of the wave, and he's trying to eyeball, where am I going to bottom turn? And he's rolling into that moment where he can bottom turn and then to go up on the wave. So he's trying to read the bottom to ascertain where's it drawing off the bottom, to understand where the top is going to be waiting for him. Okay, so this is all the pattern recognition that you get from that. So by creating the lift and pausing and taking time to read the wave, you will then have the right line in, and that taking of time and taking the right line gives you the time that you need to get to your feet, to get comfortable, to start surfing the wave. But if you're taking the wrong line in, you're not going to have enough time to paddle into the wave, pop up, get to your feet, try to balance, try to turn, try to go along the wave. So by not paying attention to the wave and just trying to do the quickest, fastest pop-up, you're probably going to disengage with the right line. You're going to be in the wrong part of the wave where your board won't fit. You're going to have the wrong technique, and you're going to find that you probably get stuck behind the section. Here's Parker, and you can see taking that fastest line down and then the curve up, fastest line down again. And you can see him using the entire wave face as opposed to surfing in the middle. There's Steph Gilmore. Fastest line down, reading, looking for those patterns. Here's Chloe Andino. Notice how he's extending. He's reading the line. He will raise his head. He will pause, pick the pattern, and then he goes down into the S curve. Uses the whole wave face. Silvana raises the head, looks at the wave, takes the fastest line down, uses the whole wave surface, surfing top to bottom. So you'll start to notice this pattern of all the pros. Felipe Toledo takes his time, looks where he's going, straight to the bottom, up, straight to the bottom, super relaxed, not rushing. We're interacting with a spiral energy that is a wave. And if we understand that straight lines don't work in water, but curves and S-curves and figure eights work extremely well in surfing, it's going to make sense that when you stand up on your board, you want to start following the curvature of the wave and not just stand and try go in a straight line. So this slow-mo capture was filmed by Brent Roses. It's received close to 2 million views, but I just wonder how many people have actually looked at it and seeing the patterns and noticing what the pros actually do versus just missing the point.